You guys can hear me? Everybody can hear me? All right, welcome guys. So I see all of you guys' messages in the chat. Other people cannot see it because today is not just my OT students in here. I also have people from my free Instagram channel in here as well. I hit 10K on YouTube, so I told them I was gonna invite them to a live stream today. So I did just that. Um, Bro, I never took YouTube serious, and I randomly, like a month ago, was like, you know what? I'm gonna just upload here every day and see what happens. And bro, we're at 10K already. So in the next 6 months, should be well over 50K on YouTube. So that should be pretty cool. Yo, good morning, good morning. What's going on, man? All right. So it's a little early here today. It's what, 9:14. Usually I send the link around 9:15. Something a little early today just so people can get in here. Um, Interesting pair, man. US 30 here. Very interesting formation we got going on here. Turn that off. Okay. Yo. Good morning. Good morning. How are you guys? How's your morning, man? Drop a one in the chat if you guys could hear me. Why can I not see? All right, how about now? Try now. Drop a one in the chat. See if it works. Let's see if it comes over here. Okay, here we go. I'm like, yo, what is going on? I'm not seeing nothing. Okay. Cool. Okay. Okay. I'm seeing now. Okay. Much better now. Okay. What's this? Yeah, I got it now. Okay, for sure. Okay. Now we can see. I'm like, yeah, I was seeing it at first, but I was seeing them up here instead of like usually how I see them like down here. I'm like, yo, what's going on here? Okay, cool. All right. So good morning, guys. So looking at your 30 here, man. Let's see what we got going on. Let's see what we cooking up today here. So this is a different chart than the one we used yesterday. The one we used yesterday was maybe this one. No, it wasn't this one. Maybe this one. Yeah, it was this one, the one that we used yesterday. You can use whichever. I don't really care. That was the same shit to me. This one just looks a lot cleaner since I haven't used it as much. It has like less things on it, so it just looks much cleaner. Um, but yeah, looking at US 30 here, right? So I see we have this area of support coming around here, which we use as support back here, kind of like a resistance throughout here as well. So support currently right now where price currently is at as well. Price kind of broke out of this little uptrend we've been going on. Obviously, overall, we are still mainly in a bullish market overall. Like it's just that's a given. If we guys see the bigger picture here, right? If I was to zoom out a little bit here, right? Where are we still, doing high highs, high lows, high highs, high lows? I keep going, right? Keep going. This retracement here was from this big push here. We got a big retracement. Boom, higher low. Price pushes, higher low as well. That's kind of like what we did right now recently. But we have broken out of this recent bullish trend, we could say. So if I go here, just to show you guys a visual, right? So higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, right? That's respecting. Okay, cool. No problem. Create a higher high. But then once we create this higher high, price completely destroys this low. So both of these lows here, which is a very strong area, which is used to be a previous all-time high, price completely now is trading below that area. So now we have this current support here holding us, but I believe once we break this support, we're definitely going to be targeting, much lower, that 45,500 area, which I think I spoke about it yesterday. Yesterday we took sales and I was kind of saying how price would come back into this 45,000 either 700 to 500 area. So I think that's pretty much what price wants to do right now. Even if we look at yesterday's chart, so what is this? This was yesterday's chart, right? We took some sells. Where was it? 9, 4, right here. So pretty much took these sells to the downside here. Price found its support here. Did a little push to the upside, and now we're being bearish again. So same thing we see, in this chart as well. Same exact thing. So with that being said here, now I'm gonna go on a smaller time frame and try to see if price wants to continue on, this push to the downside here. So looking here at this 5-minute time frame, right? We've been having this bearish structure on this 5-minute time frame as well. So every time frame has structure, right? So higher time frame, obviously we broke out of that bullish structure. So that means we're currently in a bearish structure here. So, right, lower low, low retracement, right? Lower low, low retracement, right? Lower low, little retracement, right? Notice how all these highs are still higher than each other, right? And now here, right, we did a little push to the downside, create a new higher low, you could say. But price kind of like, you see, breaks that low again, right? Price is kind of like messing around this area here. So once price starts confirming to me that it wants to be bearish, once we start breaking below a lot of these lows here, then I'll be looking to take some sells here. Why? Because structure is simply bearish. You always want to take trades that are within your structure. That's going to be the most smoothest setups you could potentially ever get. You know what I mean? Like trying to counter trend trade, yeah, it's cool. Obviously, you can make some money. No heat. But it's very short term. It's one of those plays where, you're at a 1-to-1 and you better close that, because you don't know if you're going to get that 1-to-2 just simply because you're counter trend trading. So me understanding that, I try to avoid counter trend trading as much as I possibly can. And if I do take a counter trend trade, then I'm simply just looking to take a quick 1-to-1, maybe a quick 1-to-1.5, call it a day, peace. But I'm not really trying to hold that for, 1-to-2 or yesterday 1-to-3 or any of that. You know what I mean? Like I'm not really trying to do that when I'm counter trend trading. Now, when I'm trading within my trend, oh yeah, by all means, for sure, no problem. I'll for sure gladly hold my trade and gladly keep trading my stops simply because I understand. Well, I have trend in my favor. That's what you want. So clearly, just for a visual here, we're creating lower highs each time. Then we got this low support coming in around here on this 5-minute. Let's outline this as well. So we got that low support coming in the 5-minute. If I drag this left, use it as support as well back over here. So push it over here, kind of like a low minor support area throughout that area as well. So we're just going to drag it down a little bit just to kind of take all this little area here. So that tells me, okay, that's an area of support, right? So pretty much price is kind of like stuck within this, you could say triangle maybe, within this triangular area here, we could say, right? Now, I am going to identify some highs here because, again, I could see how price could be bullish just to go ahead and retrace and create pretty much a lower high in the higher time frames, right? So now looking at this lower time frame, I know both scenarios are on the table, right? But looking at this hourly, sales look like they mainly, are push here. We have a bearish engulfing currently hourly, right? We have pretty much double tops here on this hourly as well. We have this bearish structure going on over here as well. So it pretty much looks pretty good to continue on being bearish here. Even if I also throw a little fib on here, right, from the previous retracement zone, right? So this was the previous lower high to the most recent lower low, right? We see here that yesterday we had a, oh wow, 618 rejection. I didn't even notice that. We had a 618 rejection yesterday. And according to this fib, we should be coming right into the 700s area, which if you guys look at the 700s area, look at yesterday's chart. Literally, I'm telling you, I've been talking about this for a minute. Look at yesterday's chart. Look at where this area comes in. Where's that blue line at? 700. Funny enough. So right into that area, right? So I am expecting price to, continue on its bearish momentum here, right down into that 45,700. So mainly am looking for sells here today. Obviously, I'm not just marrying sells. I'll be open to the buys if price starts to break out of this bearish 5-minute structure. Then yeah, right. But for price to really break out of this 5-minute bearish structure, it will have to break below this high. So obviously, price created lower low, lower high, right? So for us to really be 100% sure, we will have to break out of this area. Then there, yeah, we could say, okay, price rejected this zone, the support, and now we're pushing back up to create a higher time frame. You could say a retracement, right? So mainly looking for sells here in this particular setup today. And yeah, I know we have these lows coming in around that 07. What does it look like? 07, 06. So I'm going to play it here on the safe side. And I'm probably going to be looking to take somewhere around this 04. Yeah, probably around that 04, maybe even 05 area right here on the sell. Target that nice 100 here. Give you a nice little 50-point stop. All right, nice little 50-point stop there. And here we could go ahead and target nice low 1-2. Boom, perfectly into these lows. And obviously, according to the fib, we should create even new lows at that 45,000 700. So let's see what happens then. But as of right now, it's kind of like the setup that I will be looking for on a sell side of things. Now, on a buy side of things, right? Early buy opportunities could start happening above these highs. Why? Because we did reach a new lower low on a higher time frame. So looking here on the hourly, right? Notice how we have this major support area here, right? That major support area here, right? Price broke below that area, right? And potentially we could be bullish, right? To retest right into that resistance now, and then from there do that major drop. So I'm not naive to the buys as well, but I'm mainly leaning towards the sells here today. So mainly really looking for this type of setup. So, but let's see though. We'll still be open minded to both. I will be interested in giving buys an opportunity. Maybe I'll play him a little safe. Look to take 270. So right above that area. Oh, there you go. 220. 70. Nice low 1 to 2 on either setup here. Both either on a buy or both either on a sell. Let me just put in a run there. It's currently 9:24, so market opens in about 5 minutes. 270. Oops. Boom. So let's see. Let's put this entries in. Spread look today. We got what 09 here is about 20 points. Okay, cool. Not too bad. Not too bad. About 20-point spread. So scenario here. What I got here? 05. About 20 points. Boom. Sell stop in place. Let's put this buy stop. What's that at? 270. 270. Boom. All right, so got both sell stop and buy stop in place, and now pretty much I just wait and see what price wants to do here. I'll be open to giving two opportunities today. I'll say it from the jump. It's Wednesday, so middle of the week. Usually middle of the weeks we do have some solid moves. Yeah, I have 03 on a sell, and then I have 250 on a buy. It's about like 20, more or less like about 20-point spread. This is around 100. This is at 120. About 20 points. When do you open up live trading for Discord? No, for bro. So live trading will only be for LT University, bro. Like honestly, I just want to focus on my students in there, bro. I've realized at least I have about like what 3 years doing education. I've been trading for six. Yeah, I have about like 3 years, like like 3 years, yeah, 2.5, 3 years doing education. And I've, been a trial and error, you live and learn and type thing. Nobody teaches you this type of shit. You don't go to school and they teach you how to run a business or they don't teach you that shit. You kind of figure it out on your own. So one thing I've learned with, doing a lot of lower ticket stuff throughout the years prior is that people don't take it serious. B, it attracts the completely wrong crowd. You know what I mean? Like if you charge, let's say, $200 for something a month or $100 a month, yeah, it sounds cool, but dog, it just attracts the people that think that their $100 are going to turn into $1 million, and it's not. Like I say straight up, it's not. It's not going to happen, dog. You know what I mean? Straight up. And those people, I'll be honest, I just simply don't care to work with. I want to work with people that generally want to learn. They don't want to just follow signals around. You want to follow signals? You follow somebody else. There's a million guys out here, bro. I mean, I know Raul does signals. I know Alex probably does signals. I know, right? It's a million guys. You can go follow them. But I want to work with people that generally care to learn, generally care to grab the knowledge, apply it to whatever it is they trade, and get genuine results. Bro, well, my students are here. They'll tell you. I don't even, they're here. And I got a million messages, so I care to generally work with people that generally want to learn. Those people that are just looking for signals, I promise you, 3 years are going to come and you're still going to be in the same spot. Signals will never make you rich. But mind you, this is the guy that used to run every other person out here signals shot telling you this. Signals are not going to make you rich, bro. Because at the end of the day, what makes you successful in this is you understanding what you're doing and then you applying it to whatever it is that you do. You get what I'm saying? That's what's going to make you. It's like the whole fishing analogy, right? Yeah, you could teach somebody how to fish and they'll eat forever. Now, if I go out there and catch the fish for you every time, what about the day of tomorrow when I die? What, you going to starve? You get what I'm saying? So it's just I just don't even care to entertain that, bro. I'll be honest. Like I don't care. Tell people straight up, bro. I don't really need education, bro. I have 5 other businesses I run. I do very well in my trading. Like I do this shit because I like it. Like I enjoy doing this. You know what I mean? I enjoy getting people results, and I get people real results. You know, so that's why like I don't really care to do the $100 bullshit. That's like that just attracts the complete wrong crowd, bro. So I'm just not, you know, just not with that, bro. To be honest. Because then it just attracts a bunch of people that they don't care to learn, bro. Like, because I learned, you know where I learned this? Mm, mm. So LTE before was low ticket, right? It's about 929. So market opens in about 30 seconds. Let's see what happens here. If we do start to come down towards this support, once we break through this support, I have a very good feeling on this trade play. Now, I see we got a little bearish structure going on here too. I learned this with previously LTE was low ticket, right? And what happened? Pretty much it was cheap as fuck, right? Okay. It started attracting, call it for what it is, a bunch of young ass kids or people that just didn't really care to learn. They just mainly cared to just hop on the live stream, copy the trade, and think they're gonna be a millionaire by tomorrow. It doesn't fucking work that way, right? Now, what ended up happening? It just started attracting a completely wrong crowd. Now, I naturally, based on my marketing and the way I guess carry myself, I attract the older crowd. So, bro, I have a bunch of kids in this freaking Discord, all talking about drugs, girls they hooked up with, a bunch of irrelevant ass shit that I get it, at a friend perspective, I can understand it, but at the end of the day, like there's a bunch of other people in here too. Like, shouldn't be talking about those things. And then it started, I guess my older crowd started feeling some type of way and they started hitting me up like, yo, look, like we want to interact in the chat, but bro, there's a bunch of other kids here that like just talking about a bunch of bullshit. And that's where I started realizing, okay, I got to do a change here. Like, no, like I'm like I don't even want that crowd my damn self, to be honest. And that's where I completely switched everything up, bro. I was like, nah, bro, I'm not dealing with that, to be honest. So that's pretty much that, you know, and that's that, my brother. But yeah, I will never do the whole like, oh, a little $100 a month. Nah, bro, that shit attracts a bunch of people. They don't care to learn. Straight up, like straight up, they don't. They don't. Like I tell everybody, like, dog, when I started this, I had a job. Like I was working. And I was still like doing things on the side, flipping sneakers, whatever. I was doing my thing, making some type of money, right? Yeah, it wasn't a lot of money, but it was still a few $100s a week, right? So I tell everybody, like, dog, if $100 all you have to your name, trading is not for you right now. Like this is not gonna change your situation. I I'm a big believer for this to work in the beginning, you need to have some type of income coming in. I'm not saying you need millions of dollars or thousands of dollars. That didn't come out of my mouth. You need some type of income, meaning maybe a job, even if it only pays you $800 a week. Okay, whatever. That's $800 that at least you could grab 200, 300 here and there every time you make a mistake. Because this is gonna happen, bro. When people start trading, you blow accounts. It's what happens, bro. Like you're new. This is new to you, dog. You're gonna blow accounts, whether it's by trader error, meaning you forgot to put a stop loss, you forgot to do this, or whatever the case may be, or you're simply gonna blow an account because of simply you don't know what you're doing. And I'm almost about to almost and hold on. It's coming in 3, 2, 1. Boom. All right. I'm in this trade right now. All right, cool. But yeah, so I tell everybody, dog, like you need some type of income. Like I don't know where is it that people like got this idea of like, oh, if I only got $50, let me learn trading because it's gonna make me money. It's not, dog. Like I'm sorry to break it down to you that way. It's not. And yeah, I do have financing. I think who asked that trade. That's why I always tell you guys, just book a call with the team, bro. They'll figure everything out for you, bro. Trust me. They get paid very well to figure all these things out. And I got taken out of this trade. Okay, cool. I'll give it a second opportunity. I figure with this type of candle, bro, I hate these candles. All right, so we're gonna wait till this 5 minute candle is over, and then on the next 5 minute candle, I will be looking for a re-entry here on the sells. Probably will take them a little lower. Probably be looking for that 04 area somewhere around here. I hate these candles, bro. These market open candles like that. And it looked like it was gonna low key ease out and then put us in afterwards, but I know the next one will come our way here. Yeah, so I'm gonna wait till this candle closes before I even put a sell entry here. I'm not gonna put it yet. We still have about like a minute, 18 seconds here on this candle. Yo, look at this shit, dog. It's looking good though for the sales though. I'm not gonna lie. Because notice how this push here, we broke all these lows here. So this is just wiggling around here, but next 5 minute candle should give us that continuation. So let's see. I'm gonna wait though till this candle closes, so then I could go ahead and put my entry in, so that way it doesn't tap me in again. All right, let's see. I don't think it'll tap us in. All right, so I could put it in now. All right, I'm giving this a second opportunity. What I got there? Oh, 04. All right, cool. Boom. But yeah, dog. Live and learn. Yeah, this candle's about to close. Thank God. Yeah, look at this market open candle. A whole lot of nothing. What is this? 112 points for nothing? That's diabolical, twin. All right, let's see. Pretty much, this was a very indecisive candle. Nor buyers, nor sellers, just nobody, just hanging on there. Still got the buy stop in place. Got both in place, just whichever one. Second and final opportunity for the day. Hopefully, these sales do start lining up because once we do, we should get a lot of volume to the downside. So let's see here. See, we keep respecting these little lows right here. Let's see. Where is that one? Yeah, yeah, I know. Should be lining up. It's gotta give us some time. That market open candle didn't really tell us much, nor sellers, nor buyers, just nothing. Yeah, I do know that's what that means, right? Like, so where the candle opens is the top always of any bots, no matter if it's red or green. It doesn't really matter. Um, well, if it's green, that means it opened down here. If it's red, it means it opened on the top part of it. So backwards. And then the wicks just means that at some point, well, at least let's grab that previous candle for example. It just means that at some point, sellers were in control, then buyers kicked in, pushed price back up, but then they kind of like just evened out. So the candle didn't really have nowhere to go. It just kind of like just stays there. So this next candle will pretty much be the deciding candle. Like, okay, who's really in control here? You know. So let's see. I'm cool with either or, to be honest. I understand why either or setup would play out, and I'm cool with either or. Obviously, whatever setup I take next, I will be holding for a 1 to 2. So that way, at a 1 to 1, I make back the original freaking wick thing loss here. And then at a 1 to 2, obviously, I'll be in profit. I really got wicked in, bro. Like, look, this was a wick, bro. A goofy wick, bro. Let's see, though. I really want these sales to play out, though. I generally think we're going to see 45,700s, if you ask me. I generally think this is coming down here for sure. Let's see what we got down there. Um, Boom, right there. I generally think we're going to come down here. Do you do you recommend getting it from the account to pair it with my live account? So if you trade prop firms, I always tell people like when you start being in profit, bro, withdraw your money. Where a lot of people mess up with trading, dog, it's really just hopes. Like I'm starting to realize like that's really what messes a lot of people up. It's just simply hopes. It's like what do I mean? Okay. You open up a regular trading account. Let's say it's not even a prop, just regular trading account. And people have this ideology of just stacking their money in there and they're not going to pay themselves. They're just going to keep growing this number. And my thing is, bro, like growth to where? Pay yourself. Like realistically, like trading is not real until the money's out of there and in your bank that you could go buy a water bottle with it. You could go pay your phone bill with it. You could go buy this freaking pen with it. That's when trading becomes real. For as long as it's just money in an account balance, it is not real. Why? Because you are one irrational decision away from completely smoking that balance. Meanwhile, if it's in your bank, it's a whole different ball game. You will have to deposit again, wait, then look for a setup. I guess so many other steps that most likely just wouldn't happen. You get what I'm saying? So I always tell people like it's really just the hope. It's the hope of like I could just stack $1 million in here, bro. Fucking pay yourself down. You are one losing streak away from being right back to where you started, and there's no worse feeling than growing an account, never paying yourself, and then the account is gone. Because it's like that there you really feel like you just wasted your time, you got played, you feel all these different emotions. Meanwhile, if you simply would have just paid yourself, even if it was a small amount along the way, let's say God forbid you do end up blowing that account, well, guess what? You're gonna rest in peace knowing, well, at least I got my investment back. You get what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? At least I got my investment back. Fuck it. It's not as hard of a blow. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with props, right? People get these props, they pass them, and I literally, bro, I get hundreds of DMs a day, bro. And people tell me this type of shit. I'm like, dog, you retarded? And they're like, bro, like, oh, I haven't withdrawn. I'm like, why haven't you withdrawn? Oh, because I'm waiting till I get to this number and then at this number. Brother, those are hopes and dreams. Stop it. If you are in profit, any amount, and your withdrawal period comes, take your freaking money. The day of tomorrow, that prop firm goes to shit. Well, there goes all your low goofy profits, and you never pay yourself and your time. Straight up. You guys forget that like the people that own these prop firms are regular Joe schmoes like you and I. Your favorite gurus own half of these prop firms. All they gotta do is wake up tomorrow and feel like, you know what? Fuck all these niggas. I'm gonna just turn this shit off. Where's your money? Who are you gonna go cry to? Your mama? I tell people all the time, like, stop with these hopes, dog. Like, just learn to take your money, bro. I got into this point in my life by simply taking my money. Like, I don't play with my money, dog. You know what I mean? I'm up in profits, I'm withdrawing, nigga. Every Friday, I'm withdrawing something. I don't give a fuck. Excuse my language. It's just I gotta talk to people this way so I can kind of start clicking. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just you guys got to stop with those hopes and dreams, bro. I keep telling you, man. I keep telling you. And then when y'all hit the wall, then y'all come crying. Nigga, don't cry to me. I'm gonna tell you I told you so. You don't want to listen? That's on you. We're all grown adults here. Nobody here is underage because you can't even be trading underage. So I'm pretty sure everybody here is an adult. So, bro, come on. You guys got to stop with that, bro. So my advice is you got a prop, dog. If your withdrawal period is every 2 weeks, let's say, well, when that withdrawal period comes, if you're in profit, obviously if you're in drawdown, you can't withdraw, no shit. But like if you're in profit, take your money, brother. Pile it. If you want to pile up your money, bro, pile it up in a bank account. Or matter of fact, put it in a bank, withdraw cash, and pile it up under your mattress cash if you want. I don't care what you do, but just get it out of there. Like fuera, out of there, in the pockets. Straight up, bro. Like somebody's got to say it. Like, bro, like I hear all these stories of people, oh, I got this happened to me, this happened. I'm like, brother, like, when are you gonna learn? Like, dog, like, like if you have a prop account, every withdrawal period, I think I know nowadays they've made these props that like, oh, you could withdraw every day or some shit like that. Okay. So if you could withdraw every day, make it a mission of yours that you know what? I'm gonna compound my profits every day, and every single Friday, I'm gonna withdraw my profits. And there you go. This is how you start making money, brother. Because now this is money that's in your bank. You could pay bills with it. If you have a job, now you could pay your bills with trading, and all your job money is extra money. Well, that's money now you can invest in yourself. That's money you can invest into. I don't know. You want to open up a freaking flower shop, and then you go open up a damn flower shop. You get what I'm saying? Like now you're actually making money. It's not just money sitting in this random dashboard somewhere that you think you have. You don't, because again, The day of tomorrow, that shit goes to shit. Well, there goes your money and your hopes and your time. So that's what my advice with props is always pay yourself and then use those profits, fund a live account as well. So that way, God forbid, the prop goes to shit. Well, you still have your live account that you could keep on trading. And guess what? You funded this whole live account with prop money. Done. See what I'm saying? Nice and easy. Nice and easy. But people mess up by having all these hopes and dreams, bro. And you know, I'm sorry to break it down to y'all, man, but them hopes and dreams, them bubbles get busted real quick, dog. Y'all remember all them prop like scandals, what, a year ago, 2 years ago, when half of the prop firms were getting shut down? Well, you know, the amount of people I saw crying, their whole life savings and all this shit. And I'm like, you guys forget that the people that own these shits are regular Joe Schmo, Miami, goofy, fucking 20-year-old kids, bro. Like, fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. You're a little smarter than that, bro. Yes, Abdullah, all of them. Like, you know, and they tell you this. Like, I'm pretty sure you go on your favorite guru's page and he's telling you how he owns this prop. That is in your face. So be smart, man. Like, make money, take the money, run with it. Stop having all these freaking hopes, bro. Like, I'm sorry to break it down, but somebody's got to do it. You know, it's just reality, bro. You know, yeah, volume today is quite dead. I'm quite pissed that I got even put into that first trade, bro. To be honest, I'm like tight about that one because it was literally like wicked in, like literally, like I literally saw it. I was like, boom, wicked and just done. Yeah, this week's been a little like on the slower side in volume. Like yesterday, we got a good play, but it ended up happening after 10. So probably today's gonna be the same thing. We're probably gonna get that big move like around like 10. So probably in 15 minutes. That's why I'm chilling. 15 minutes ain't too bad. You know, 15 minutes is not so bad. But yeah, yesterday we got that big move at what 10:05, some shit like that. I mean, it's cool though. We just had to wait what an extra. It's not that bad, bro. Market opens at 9:30. Let's say we get in a trade at 10, bro. 30 minutes. It's not that bad. Rocky. So when you withdraw all your profits from a prop, the prop doesn't disappear. You still have the prop. You're just taking your money out. Because like like point of what I'm saying. People have these hopes of let me leave my profits here so my balance goes higher, and then that means I could risk more and I could make more profits. Sounds beautiful, right? Sounds amazing, right? Yeah, that's all it does. It sounds like. But in reality, now either you left those profits in there, now you're gonna make the mistake and blowing them, or something's gonna they're gonna hit you where you breach the. How many of you guys have gotten hit where you breached the rule? Be honest. Drop on one in the chat, bro. You breached something. You breached this. Yeah, yeah, yeah. About 10 times. God damn. Yeah, brother. Yeah, yeah. Too many times. Yep, 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 yep. Trying to tell you, bro. That's it's a bit, bro. It wouldn't be a business if it wasn't profitable. If it wasn't profitable, why do you think I really just don't like I don't care. Like I get hit up all the time by props to like promote them and shit. I literally tell them, bro, you're cooked. Like I'm good, bro. I ain't promoting shit. Like I'm good, dog. Like I generally do not believe in that business model. I do not like it. I don't care for it. The only ones that I might think of in the future is futures props. Those are different. And not all futures props. Because now I'm starting to see this little tricks and these niggas are doing on regulated future props. No, no. I'm gonna look them up, each one. And if that shit don't say regulated somewhere in the United States of America, I'm good off of it. Got to be regulated here. Why? Because see, if it's regulated here, there you guys have a voice. Meaning, God forbid something happens, or they hit you with some stupid breach for no reason. When you know you didn't breach anything, well, you could grab that proof, go get a freaking lawyer, and sue the fuck out of them because we're in the United States of America. You know, boom. But any other shit that's not here, count me out. I do not want to be part of nothing. No, I'm good, bro. Straight vibing. Yeah, bro. There's nothing like life training is what's gonna teach you like real discipline, real risk management. Because remember, even though yes, you're buying this prop, so you could argue the point of, oh, but I bought it, it's my money, so I still gotta, like risk management. You're not, you're not, because the way you see it is, okay, it only cost me $100, whatever. It's not the same. You put your hard worked money in there. Orlando, because before I started promoting, I did not know how they worked. Like I had zero clue on how I genuinely thought they worked. How you guys think they work? All nice, fun and games, and this is all good. Till I started actually understanding the business side of it. And I was like, wait a minute. I started digging and digging and asking, and I'm like, oh, this is how these things really work. I'm good. Peace. Never again. That's that. Live and learn, brother. You know, put it on black football, man. I have nothing against them, as in like I see how people make money. There is a way of making money in them, and that's what I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you the way of making money in them. Where I despise them is when people get sold on these hopes of like, you know what I mean? Like, oh my God, this prop is gonna make me a millionaire tomorrow. You're never gonna find a real millionaire of props. And if there is interviews out there, somebody saying that they made $1 million, A, he probably got paid by the prop firm to say that. B, he probably has some affiliate deal in the back end. So it kind of helps him out. There's always something. There's always two sides to a coin, bro. And I've learned that the hard way because I used to believe a lot of the shit that I saw online. I used to believe it. Like I used to be like, damn, like this is cool. This is legit. This sounds legit. No, bro. Once I started digging, and I started asking, and I started reading between the lines, I'm like, oh, why do you think I don't really associate myself with like people much? Like because I understand now how things go. And I'm just not for it, bro. I don't really give a fuck. Tell everybody, bro. Like I come from nothing, so I don't need none of these fake ass shit in my life for me to like. No, bro. I don't give a fuck, dude. I don't. You know, that's that. Your volume is slow as shit, man. God damn. I contemplated low key getting a 120 cell up here. That's why I was like, oh, where will 170 put me? I contemplated it, but I didn't want to really risk it. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be a little patient. I'm gonna be patient, dog. I have patience here today. Okay, rejected that area. Let's see. Let's see. Got about the daily drawdown, bro. It's set up for you too, huh? Yeah, bro. Yeah, I pay 150 for a hair. Well, I used to pay 200, and then now I got a new barber, so I pay 150 now. Yeah, I do. Where you saw that at, yo? What the hell? Yeah, yeah. I used to pay like 200, and then like it depended. Like if I really needed like a cut bad, bad, as in like I never needed a cut bad, but let's say I have like I don't know an event next day or that same day, and it's some last minute shit. Yeah, I've paid upwards of like 300, 400 for a cut. Yeah, but average, like I generally think no cut should be more than like $100. They come to me. They come to my crib. Yeah. Um, I honestly think that 100 is like a fair number. Um, only reason why I used to pay double that was because he became like my boy. Like his name's Billionaire Barber. So he's like my dog, and bro, like I support my peoples, so no problem. Like, so it became more like to me, I didn't care about the money for the cut, to be honest. It was the fact that like, bro, anytime I needed him, he's there. Like, bro, I hit him up 7 p.m. Dog, I need a cut right now, bro. I forgot I got signed tomorrow morning. You know what I mean? And him, bro, pull up to my house. Bro, I'll pull up to his house. He'll cut me 10 p.m. in his freaking, because his van, he used to come in the van. He has like a van. Bro, parked outside his house, dog. Boom. Like, so I appreciate, like, I'm one of those people where I pay attention to the small things, bro. And I always appreciate those type of things. because that's what really shows like people that genuinely like, fuck with you or not, he just became my boy, bro. Like I used to talk to that guy every day, you know. Um, and yeah, so that's why I didn't care about the price, to be honest. And then whatever, something health wise happened to him. He had to take some time off, whatever. Obviously, I needed to find another barber because I love him and all, but couldn't go, half a year no cut, gang. You feel me? Um, so boom, so I had to find another barber. Plus, I also moved, so that's another thing too. Like before, I used to live 40 minutes south, so kind of like a little closer to him. Now I live in Fort Lauderdale, so like it's just out the way. So in the beginning, when I first moved here, I was driving down to get haircuts. Um, but dog, drive an hour going and an hour back for a haircut, shit, tough. So yo, this thing is still right where market open, bro. Market open right here. Literally, we haven't left. I'm telling you, it's gonna probably be around that 10 a.m. So we got about 5 minutes. But yeah, so that's why I was like, okay, I gotta get another barber. So I ended up getting another barber out here, and yeah, I paid 150. That's funny you saw that. Yeah. But yeah, bro, I like my haircuts, bro. My grandma always taught me since a kid, a man, his car is always clean, his clothes are always clean, and you always got to be like put together, like hair. Like since I was a kid, bro. Like I've gotten a haircut every week of my life, like every week without missing, since I was like 11 years old, bro, 10 years old type shit. Because my grandma used to pay for my haircuts, obviously at that age. And then I started working at corner stores when in the summer of eighth grade, going to freshman year, I started working at corner stores. So, because one of my boys in school, his dad owned a corner store, and I had told him how because my boy used to work in the summer there. So in the summer he used to work at his dad's corner store. So I'm like, damn, yo, I'm trying to work like, cause I was flipping sneakers at that time. I was, bro, 13. I was already. I used to buy like messed up sneakers on Facebook Marketplace, all types of Jordans, and I'll repaint them. You know how 11s and sixes, the bottom gets yellow. I used to ice the bottom again, put them on the sun, put the cream. You know what I mean? Or I still remember how to do that. So whatever. I used to restore sneakers at that age already, so I was already hustling, doing my thing. Um, so whatever. I started working at his dad corner store that summer, and bro, ever since then, I never stopped working. Like it just became part of my life. Like I just worked ever since. So since 13 years old, I'm 25 now. It's been 12 years I've been working. And yeah, bro, since I was working, I have money, and obviously in the hood, cuts ain't no $100, bro, $20, sometimes 15. Get a good barber, boy. And I ain't gonna lie, yo, them $15 cuts used to be fresher sometimes than these $100 cuts, straight up. But whatever. All right, 10 a.m. coming in like 4 minutes. We got 3 minutes. So let's see. Hopefully we finally get volume. 10 a.m., bro. This is so slow today. It's cool though. I get to talk to all you guys, so it's chilling. Um, but yeah, bro. I used to pay like $15, giving probably $5, $10 tips, of 20, $25 for a cut. Yeah, bro. Say less. I be where you live all the time. I think you live what, Tampa, Orlando? I go up there all the time because that's where I get all my benches from. Well, I'm actually trying to buy another S63 because I really missed that car, to be honest. That was like my favorite car ever. Like to this day, I think about that car all the damn time. So whatever. So I'm probably gonna go up there soon, pick one up. I usually go to Mercedes of Tampa because that Mercedes is the only Mercedes I think in Florida that has an AMG store. Like legitimately, they have an AMG like store with all the AMGs, like all of them. And I only usually buy AMG, so like I gotta go up there. I mean, he'll ship them down, but like I'm too impatient for that, bro. Call me crazy or psychotic, but if I pay for that shit right now, dog, I'm trying to have it like in the next hour. Yeah, like, because the whole thing with him shipping it down, I have to wait usually like a day or two. So, like, I'll buy the car today, do all the paperwork, I'll sign online, whatever. and then the transport guy will probably pick up the car tomorrow or latest day after, and then have it here by the end of the day. But in my head, the way I see it is, brother, you're only 4 hours away. I could drive 4 hours right now, pick that shit up, drive 4 hours down, I'll be here tonight in my car. So yeah, my impatient ass, it's not waiting, bro. Yeah, I'm not waiting that shit. You don't miss it? Hell no. I'll be honest, bro. The only car that I miss is my S63, bro. That's like that car to me was like special. I used to have pictures of that car like on my walls and shit. Like that's how much I like that car. Before I owned one. Before I ever owned one. Like I used to always want one of those. That was like my dream shit. Like McLaren I like, no shit, it's cool. I'm a big McLaren fan. I want a 765 as well. But like miss it though, nah. I don't like miss it. It was just like a car. But my S, I do think about that motherfucker all the time. Yeah, bro. Will you live in downtown Tampa? I would. Yeah. But I'll be honest, dog. Like, I feel like once you break that barrier of leaving your hometown, you're not attached to a place anymore. So ever since I left my hometown, like I live anywhere. I don't really have that like attachment anymore. Like, look, I'm in Florida right now. This is cool. Shit, wake up next month and fucking go live in Vegas for like once you leave your hometown, it kind of like opens the door to like you're not attached to places. Because I feel like that's what happens to most people. Like they usually stay where they grew up, where they were born. Like they just stay there their whole life, you know? And the way I see it is, bro, this world is so big. Like all jokes aside, bro, if you look at a picture of the world, it's humongous. So you're telling me that you want to spend your whole existence in this one little spot here? You don't want to try like here or here or here. So I don't know. Once you open that door, it kind of like you remove that fear. Cause I don't get me wrong, when I first moved here, especially like never leaving my like, I had never left my hometown and shit. It was a little scary. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and act like fucking, Batman and shit. Like, no, it was a little tough, as in like mentally, like different culture, different way of living, different people, different lingo, different everything, weathers, fucking way of living, So it was type of a adjustment, you could say. But once you adjust and you start realizing, damn, it wasn't so bad. You start realizing, I could probably do this shit anywhere, and you kind of lose that fear, bro. If by 10:15 we haven't gotten a setup here, I'm gonna call it a day, bro. This is ridiculous, bro. This is like the slowest this thing has been. And the day that I decide to do a freaking public live stream, it wants to be this slow, right? This is like wild. Anybody here, I invite you again tomorrow because usually we don't have this slow of a volume. This is quite whack. Bro, Nvidia earnings is so important. They came out right now. That was now at 10. Comes out tonight. Oh, today's FOMC. Oh, okay. Okay, that explains the low volume. Yeah, this is gonna move around 2 p.m. Oh, damn. I didn't notice that shit either. Let me see. FOMC. FOMC. Yeah, 2 p.m. Wow, I did not notice that. Well, that explains this goofy ass volume. Yeah, 2 p.m. today. Oh, nice. Interesting. The federal last monetary policy meeting. Yep. Yep. This is not going to move anytime soon, huh? This is whack. I hope we get a cut. Hopefully. Yeah, thank you, Suresh. I then I realized that. Wow. Yeah, they should cut him soon. For sure, for sure. They should, bro. I'll be honest, dude. Like I think about that shit like all the time. Like, I pray to God every day. I talk to God all the time. And I'm like, yo, like I'm glad that I'm financially at least I'm in a position where like I don't really like get affected much by all that shit. But like I sit there sometimes and I think, and I'm like, dog, like when I used to have a regular job, getting paid $700 a week. This was like pre-COVID. It's like 2018, 2019. I'm like, I was barely getting by back then when things were not this expensive. Interest rates were not at an all-time high. Inflation wasn't at an all-time high. Like, you know what I mean? Like all these different factors weren't a thing yet. I sit there and think sometimes, like, how are people right now that are probably still getting paid what I used to get paid back then surviving, bro? Like, I think about these things. Like I don't know. It's weird, but whatever. I just think about it. I'm like, dude, like, I understand why, um, I understand why people like qualify. I know it sounds fucked up, but like, I understand why crime and all this stupid shit are at an all time high as well. Like people out here, regular people doing a bunch of scams and frauds and all this. I kind of understand it, bro. Like, dude, at the end of the day, dog, like if you're in a position where like that's the only thing that could put some food on your table, I get it. It's not morally right. I understand it. I understand all the legalities of it. I get it. I get it. But as a human, as a person, as a normal guy, I understand it, dog. Like I get it, dog. I get it, bro. I'll probably be robbing people too and shit. Fuck it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, dude, like, I I I get it. I understand. Like, I'm like, dude, like it's tough, bro. I think about that shit. Especially people with like kids, they got like two, three kids. And like I'm like, dog, like it's just tough, man. $700, that's average salary in South. Yeah, bro. But you see, people always say that, like they compare like Africa or all these spots to America. I get it. Look, there's always gonna be a situation worse than yours. I get it. But we're not in Africa, dude. I'm in America, nigga. This is horrible for us here. Like, no disrespect to other countries and shit like that. I get it. But we're not there to I know it sounds fucked up, but we're not there to deal with that. But for us here, for what Americans are used to here, we're fucked up. Straight up. Tax on tax on tax, brother. Literally. You know what I mean? Literally, bro. Like, it's tough, bro, dude. It's tough, dude. Nah, bro. I get it, dog. Trust me. I get it, bro. I get it, dude. I fucking get it, bro. Cannot even worse. I heard. It's just wild, bro. Telling you, bro, when you start really paying attention to all this shit that's going on, it's like, dog, like it's some real life events going on. That's why, like, I'll be honest, I don't follow like celebrity stuff. Like, I'm very like people think I live under a rock. Like, literally, like I be meeting girls and they be talking to me about all this goofy shit. Like, oh, you saw the Kim K. I'm like, dog, like, I'll be honest, I didn't. Like, I generally don't pay attention to none of that extra noise shit, bro. Like, I'm like, dude, there's so much real world stuff going on out here that like I'm just like, dude, I don't know. It's a lot of distractions out here too, to be honest. The mattress. Oh, the mattress is crazy, dog. I actually haven't had money under a mattress in years. I used to be one of those guys, like shoe boxes and shit. I used to always keep cash in there. Like when I was a kid, yeah. I got videos and shit. I probably got videos on my old Snapchat. I was like, bro, I was like, I remember when I was a sophomore, I think in high school. I think I was a sophomore in high school. So I was like 15 around that time. Um, I have finally saved up. I think it was $2,500 by that age, which, bro, that's a lot of money for a 15-year-old by myself. And mind you, I was getting paid and I was still spending because I had a girlfriend already. So, bro, we were going out on dates to Applebee's every day. We were at the movies every other day. Like, we were ice skating, bowling. I was doing sports betting. Like, like I was spending money. So for me to save up 25 was, it took me a little minute. Um, and bro, I had that shit on shoebox, and bro, every single day, even though I knew exactly how much dollars there was in there, every day I'll get up, I'll open up the shoebox, and I used to just count it every day. Damn, yeah, yeah. And I'll get to the same amount. Oh, all right, fuck it, put it away. And then I'll come back later and I'll count it again. Bro, like all day, I just count that shit, man. Yeah, bro. Good times though. Good times, bro. I used to tell myself, oh, if one day I could fill up this whole shoebox, I'm balling. You know what I mean? Where was the compounding, bro? I was compounding. I got to 2,500. while still spending. You get what I'm saying? That was like a huge accomplishment, yo. For a 15-year-old, I'd take it, dog. I'd take it. And then I spent it all like a month after. Yeah, it was bad. It was like my girlfriend's birthday, bro. I bought her $1,000. What's that brand called? Dude, what's that ring brand? Wow, bro. Is it Pandora? It's called Pandora. I think it's Pandora. If I'm not mistaken. I think it's called Pandora. Yeah, that's like a jewelry thing, right? I'm not tripping. They have rings and shit. Yeah, bro. I bought her $1,000 ring, bro. At 15 years old. Can't blame me, bro. I ain't know any better. It was like my first girlfriend too. So you know, your boy was that was my girlfriend from freshman year. So I was 14 to I was 19 almost or 18 for 4 years till her middle of her freshman year in college. Like we were like high school sweethearts and shit. Cause she was like very known. I was a popular kid too in school and shit. She used to play sports. I used to play sports. You know what I mean? Like we were just one of those couples, yo. Like we were those couples that like we had little posters on the walls and shit. Like it was funny. Nah, it was a crazy ending to that story, dog. Wow ending, brother. Um, yeah, that one got a wild ending, bro. I ain't gonna lie. To this day, I still hold that grudge, yo. Nah, not like that, not like that, yo. To this day, though, I still hold that one. I ain't gonna lie. You know, part of me getting successful in life in the beginning was because I always told myself if I ever encounter her again, I just needed to be doing good in life. So part of me in the beginning, when I first like that ambition at like 18, when I was a personal trainer, bro, I wanted to be the biggest personal trainer in this earth, dog. You know what I mean? I want I left her with the ring. I wasn't that petty. I had too much pride to be honest. Um, but yeah, bro, that was I did towing before personal training. Towing was my last job. Like that was like literally the last memory of me working was towing. Um, But I'll make a long story short, and then I'll probably end this live stream here. I don't think we're gonna get put into any trades here. This looks like it keeps rejecting here. Volume looks dead. Honestly, volume is going to be dead until you know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna lower my risk on this a little bit, just because simply volume is just not it today, dog. All right, cool. Just in case I do get put in, but I'll make a long story short. So, mm, wow, okay. So I used to have a close friend. Funny enough, he played baseball. He plays for Milwaukee Brewers now. But he doesn't play for Milwaukee Brewers MLB. He plays for like AAA. So he's still like in the lower tier. Um, Whatever. I had this close friend. She started dormant in college, mind you. So we were already together for 4 years. She starts dormant in college, yada yada. I used to pick this guy up from his house, dog, to take him with me to party with me because we were all one big group. Um we all went to the same high school, so we were all one big group. Um, so I used to pick him up, bro, to take him party with me, my girl, her friends, our other boys, all at the, you know how college goes. I didn't go to college, so I guess that was my college experience. Nah, I went to Tech, bro. I went to Eastside High for like a month. I got kicked out of Tech, but I got taken back in. Um, yeah, I'm still not in, bro. I'm still far away from being not far away, but pretty decent away. Um, Whatever. Long story short, me and her get into a fight. We break up. Fu, whatever. Bro, fast forward like 4 or 5 months. Like I tried getting her back for like months. It wouldn't work. I'm like, cool, whatever. She didn't want to hear it. Cool. Fast forward, like 6 months later, bro, I hear that like she's dating this guy. And yeah, bro, she started dating my old close friend, we could say. Yeah, I did not react the best. Yeah. Bro, when I tell you I never want to like take somebody's head off as bad as them, yeah, it just didn't end too well once I found that out. But whatever. So that story, is that was a big reason why since that age, bro, I told myself, bro, I gotta be so successful because I knew this kid was gonna go to the MLB. So I knew that like he'll make a lot of money throughout his life if he makes it to the MLB. So I was like, nah, there's no way. I gotta be just as rich. So if I ever encounter this thing, yeah, ain't no way you're doing better than me. Now I just got put into these buys. All right, second and final opportunity for the day, man. And calling it a day after this one here. Volume is super slow, bro. This is like dead today, bro. I did not realize we had FOMC today. Um, but yeah, bro. Part of me in the beginning wanting to be like ultra successful. I'm serious, bro. Y'all want me to tell you the truth, man? You know what I mean? Hey, man. Part of me wanting to be super extra successful in life was for that, bro. I told myself, yo, if I ever encounter this guy, wherever I see him again, I gotta let him know that like we're at two different tax brackets, my boy. And yeah, bro, for a long time, that was like part of my motivation in the back of my head. I'm not gonna lie. Hey, bro, you can't blame me, bro. I was a kid, bro. You know what I mean? I was a kid. I ain't know any better. Now I don't care, bro. Like, I wish them nothing but the best. They still together to this day. I ain't gonna lie. They still together to this day. So they've been together for like little 7 years or some shit, little 6 years, some shit like that. But yeah, no. A 1-to-1 will put me at break even because I got wicked into a cell down here over here because of this goofy ass candle, bro. So a 1-to-1 will put me break even. Personally, I might just hold for the whole 1-to-2 just cause I already spent time on this, so I kind of want to get, my time's worth at least. I'm willing to like risk whatever I'm risking. That's chilling. I'm not tripping about that. Yo, this boy said lethargic, bro. Damn. Where you pull that one out of? Hey, yo. Yo, Fats, yo. I had to look twice. I was like, oh. He got to MLB. Not yet. He's still in AAA. So technically speaking, as of right now, I make more money than him, to be honest. Technically speaking, yeah, because I looked it up. That's how petty I was. I looked it up. Literally, that was my goal in life. Bro, I'm telling you, when I started trading and I started like being somewhat decent at it, I looked it up and AAA players get paid like, bro, like 200K, like not even. I think they get paid probably like 100K a year or some shit like that. So technically speaking, right now, yeah, it's some stupid like low number because they're mainly just like on waiting. That's like they're just waiting to see like if they get called up to MOBs or whatever. Um, so yeah, so I think he gets paid probably like 100 or 200K at most a year, some shit like that. So technically speaking, you know, as of right now, see, I'm off that, man. That was years ago, bro. I just joke around. I joke around about it now. Back then, I wasn't joking. In my head, bro, I had $1 million a year, like freaking put on a wall, bro. I need to make $1 million a year, bro. I need to smoke this pack down. Yeah, bro. But now I don't care, bro. I just joke around about it. About to be up a 1-to-1. Currently flowing about 1,800 bucks here. Let's see, 2,000 bucks. Okay, back to 1,800 bucks. 2,000 bucks. Okay. Oh, there you go. What we got? 21, 24. Oh shit. Oh, there we go. I was like, where's that push come from? All right, 1-to-1 hit here on US 30. I am gonna cut my risk here in half. So I'm gonna have a little 30-point stop here. So I got less risk on the table. And now I'm gonna hold here for my 1-to-2 personally. If you guys want to call it a break even and close there, you could. Personally though, yo. Oh, no, yo. Whoa. What are you doing? Yo, son. Relax. Yo, I clicked the wrong button on my computer and completely. Oh, yo. See, I gotta turn this damn shit off, bro. You ever hit your keyboard and it like just changes the chart? Yeah, that just happened to me live right now. Wow. Let me see, sign FA contractor sits here. Thing is, you aren't going to be secure. Oh yeah, that's another thing too. I heard like it's not even guaranteed. I don't know, bro. I don't really know how that those things work. To be honest, bro, I'll be honest. I am not the smartest guy when it comes to all that. Like the contracts and stuff. I don't know how that works. Like I know about sports, obviously. Nah, bro. Like if you hit the space bar, don't try it. I mean, you could if you want, whatever. But if you hit the space bar while you're on Trading View, it will completely change you to whatever other chart like is after this. Which for me is usually GJ. Yeah, so I clicked the space bar by accident and completely just let's see. I know a risk I was taking here by doing this, but let's see. Let's see this 1 to 2, man. You got less risk on the table. So I always tell people, bro, as long as you're controlling your risk, the rest is history, dog. You know? So risking about half of what I originally was risking, so it's chilling. I'm willing to take this on the chin. Come on. Bro, what a wick. What a candle. Bro, this is so slow. Hopefully it plays out before 11 at this point. Hopefully before 11 this shit plays out. God damn. Bro, this is the slowest. Like if you guys even go on YouTube and watch all our recordings for the past month, this is the slowest volume that we have encountered in the last probably like 3 months. Like this is just ridiculously slow, dog. Wow. This is horrible. Come on. We whipped up to. See, I kind of like this 1 to 2. Loki, I'm not liking this. It might take me out to be honest. But I really like this 1 to 2 because look where all these wicks are at. That 1 to 2 comes in, perfect timing. Literally perfect timing. Like I'm Loki expecting price to like at least like hit these wicks up here, which are 1 to 2 comes perfectly in that midst. Look, resistance back over here as well. Let's see. A strange draw. Strange draw. What's it going? Lethargic. Yeah, you still got that wording. I haven't heard that wording forever, dog. I know you pulled that one out the dictionary game. Yo, I swear to God, I'm using that word today. Yo, I swear to God, I'm using that word today. Lethargic, yo. I'm feeling lethargic today, baby. Shout out Rocky, yo. Fats. Yo, Rocky, from now on, bro, you got to pull up with a different word, bro, all the time. Fats. That's a good one for today. That's today's word. Lethargic. Fats. So I want another one tomorrow, yo. Fats. Yo. Go back to continue to pump, you think? I wanted to. Let's see, bro. Like this is just so whack volume, bro. Like it's never this slow, bro. Like by now we would have been so gone, like so gone. Like by now we would have just been done trading an hour ago already, though. Let's see. Tin, 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 tin. Lethargic. Gold has been slow. Yeah, I figured gold would be slow. Gold was at an all-time high the other day, wasn't it? No, was it? Was it gold that I heard was at an all? I think it was gold. It wasn't Nasdaq. I don't know. I think it was gold. I think. I don't know. I don't really. I don't trade those things. I just hear them obviously because different people trade them. But I think wasn't that an all-time high, or was it GJ that was? I don't know. Something was at an all-time high the other day. I think I might have been gold, bro. Because I remember seeing even news about that online about how gold price now is 4,300 or 4,200. I was like, whoa, what? I used to have mad gold shit, bro. So all that shit hit like 10,000. So I'm playing, bro. Come on, come on, and gone. There you go. Well, I knew what risk I was doing on this trade. That's why we cut that risk in half. Very slow day today, bro. This was whack. This was a whack live stream today. But not every day is roses and sunshines. We'll be back tomorrow. Get this lick back. So I love y'all. I'll see you guys later. We'll be back tomorrow. This thing is quite freaking slow today. It's probably going to move around that 2 p.m. time. FOMC. I didn't know it was FOMC today. So probably 2 p.m. it'll start moving. So tomorrow, though, we'll kill it. So I ain't even tripping about it. So love you all. I'll see you guys later. Peace.